Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is my Contemporaryathon Round 6 TBR. We are on the floor of my apartment in front of my shelves because I'm sick and I didn't want to move all my furniture around to film. And if that's not a relatable January feeling, I don't know what is. So you might remember back to my Goals of 2020 video where I talked about how I wanted to read fewer books this year because I feel like I'm getting more and more books every year and eventually it's just going to end up me burning out and that's going to be terrible. That is still a priority. And yet there are 3, possibly 4 readathons I want to do in February, so good start. I am, however, trying to focus on being as sneaky as possible, finding these so-called magic books that cover more than one challenge in readathons, so that my TBRs for every readathon I do aren't 7 to 12 to 15 books long, because I'm tired. So this round of the Contemporaryathon is February 10th through 16th, which is a Monday through Sunday, which is one off of my usual reading week of Sunday to Saturday, so I usually try to finish it a day early anyway, so I can wrap it all up in the same weekly entertainment wrap-up. We'll see what happens. I've actually narrowed down these 7 challenges to 3 books, and I'm pretty proud of myself, so I'll go through the challenges and then I'll tell you which books fit which challenges. This round of the Contemporaryathon is really fun because they're using challenges they've really liked from previous rounds as the challenges. So every round, one of the challenges is a color on the cover, and this time it is green. That's wonderful. It's partially because they haven't picked that color yet and they're going to eventually run out of colors that are easy to identify on covers, and partially because, you know, going into springtime, even though that doesn't start until March, it's a fresh new start for the year. Green. Whatever justification you want to give it, we're going with green. They also want to read an author that is new to you. Of course, they want you to read something diverse, keeping in mind that it's Black History Month. At least it is in America. It isn't everywhere else, but we're just going to pretend that it's Black History Month everywhere because I'm also going to be doing Blackathon. That's a different TBR. They also want you to read a backlist title, a title with an illustrated cover, a dark or hard-hitting contemporary, so this is where you can throw in your thrillers or your sad books or that type of thing, and then something that is beloved by somebody in the booktube community. Just gonna look at my notes because I'm tired and sick and I have to. So to cover green on the cover, backlist because I think this is from about 2016, as well as dark or hard-hitting and beloved by somebody in the booktube community. So this book is checking off 4 challenges for me. The book I'll be reading is The Way I Used to Be. This is highly beloved by Allie from Hardback Hoarder. I actually got my library to buy it specifically so I could read it because I know that she loves it, and now that they've done that, I should, you know, actually read it instead of it just being something that's on the shelves. You know me, you know I don't like to know too much going into a book, so I don't really have a synopsis for you. I can't even remember who wrote this, but it's obviously on the cover that's on the screen. And this is dark or hard-hitting because this has to deal with a sexual assault or a rape and how this person deals with it after the fact. And apparently she does it in a way that is not conventional and not the story that we've seen many times before. I don't know what that means, but I'm eager to see what that means. Technically, that last book could also go for new author because I don't think I've read anything by whoever that author is. But for new author as well as illustrated cover, I am going with All the Better Part of Me. This is about an actor who is working in London and is just coming to realize that he is bisexual and is flirting with his best friend back in the States, and I think that they're going to get together, but he's also flirting with his director who is female and the friend back in the States is male. I'm looking forward to a good bisexual time. That means the only challenge I haven't covered yet is the diverse challenge. This could also go for illustrated cover because this is an illustrated cover, but we're just spreading the love around here, and that is The Subtweet by Vivek Shraya. I've read things by Vivek Shraya before and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do with a novel. This is about 2 people that are musicians, and one of them covers the other's song and it blows up really big and they become friends because of it, and then one of them subtweets them and it completely implodes their friendship relationship. And I'm interested to see that dynamic because it is harder to find books that are about friendship as opposed to romantic relationships. So I'm excited to see what goes on. This book is diverse in that it's written by a trans woman and it centers people who are not white. I don't think that any of the people are Black, so I'm not specifically going for something for Blackathon at this point, but they are brown characters, as it says on the back of the book. I was looking up to see what their ethnicities were. It wasn't in the blurb. It's fine. And there you have it. Those are the 3 books that I'll be reading for this round of Contemporaryathon. Are you participating? Let me know your TBR down below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!